Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Municipality of Monroeville Zoning Hearing Board meeting for August 5th, 2020. I'd ask that you all make sure your phones are turned off, and would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Sharon, roll call, please.
Mr. Rosepel?
Here.
Mr. Griziak?
Here.
Mr. DiAugustino?
Here.
Mr. Dice?
Here.
Mr. Weldon?
Here. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes, last meeting.
I make a motion to approve.
I will second that motion.
Motion approved, seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Moving along to old business. Paul, if you would, please.
First item, 20-8-A, Denisha Donald. Applicant requests a variance from Table 201A, permitted uses of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended, to operate a child care facility in a residentially zoned area. The property address is 114 Carson Street, tax parcel 743S205 in the R2 one-family residential zoning district. This application was tabled during last month's zoning hearing board meeting.
Okay, thank you. The applicant would come forward, please. You sign in, please. You state your name for the secretary.
Denisha Donald.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
You swear the testimony you're about to give before this board shall be the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Bruce, do we need her to go through everything again, or just?
No, is there anything new that you have to say to us tonight?
I did, instead of using the side entrance like you guys were concerned about before, I did adjust to using the driveway as an entrance, as long as the property alongside of my home is also mine, so that for parent drop-off and pickup.
How did you come to do that? Did you talk to somebody? Or did you just come to this yourself?
I came to this myself. I did
Have you since
consider-
talked to the neighbors at all?
I did talk to, well, I didn't talk to them specifically. They did speak to my husband about that side street being a concern, as you guys stated. And I believe my husband did let them know that we were going to just use the driveway instead of the dead-end street. But that's the only neighbor,
Okay, so there's nothing new since last meeting.
not to my knowledge.
Gary, do you have anything?
You do not.
Okay.
Larry?
No, I'm good.
And Paul, anything else?
I did receive some correspondence and phone calls from some of the neighbors upset about potential traffic and parking issues.
Well, what was just told of us should resolve that issue, the parking. Okay, I won't say anything about that then. Okay, is there anybody in the audience that has anything? Okay, would you just have a seat for a
Yep.
minute? You come forward. You sign your name, please. You state your name to the secretary.
Constance and Matthew Rutledge.
Okay, would you raise your right hands, please? You're both going to testify. You swear that the testimony you're about to give in this manner before the board shall be the whole truth, so help you God?
Do.
Okay. present your case.
We were just concerned with talking in the neighborhood, and we're the house that's directly across from there, where our driveway would have been affected by that traffic. And even though it's parking in front of their house, I don't see how that's going to really resolve a lot of things, other than you have to think that that street, when there's cars parked on either side, it's very narrow. And even for the buses coming up, we ourselves have problems with the drop-off because we have parents that constantly want to come into our driveway. And I do get concerned because I have grandchildren and they put their bikes out there. And so, you know, we know to watch that clock to keep them out from that area. It is a dead end.
We were also concerned with property value and such, if this is going to affect property value, because, to be honest, we are thinking of selling
are
in the near
selling.
future. And if it's going to affect that and how people look at our house and such, you know, that might affect things.
And that is like right off our front porch, and we do use the front and the back of our property. And in the evenings, we do sit out there. And I'm concerned that, you know, our view's gonna be seeing nothing but children going in and out and parents picking up it all.
It
You
was
know,
an
and
issue when we had the bus stop right there, because quite often I couldn't even get in my driveway. They would park on both sides and pull in, and we were concerned with that. Now, if they don't use that street, I don't know if it's gonna affect, you know, people fly through that stop sign, and we worry about our granddaughters, you know, if they're playing out there on their bikes and such.
Okay.
I mean, you have my letter, I have other letters from neighbors, but they
We
gave
do.
they gave them to me to give you, but I told them it's show
No,
up.
a couple of the things that you stated in your letter to us
Mm-hmm.
don't fall under the jurisdiction of us. They fall under the jurisdiction of the Municipality of Monroeville.
Okay.
If you want to limit parking, then you have to talk to your councilman, you have to come to the council meetings, get an
Okay.
ordinance passed. If they want no parking, but it would be no parking for everybody,
Okay.
Right.
including this other lady that sent us a letter also.
Yeah, that they're kind of in a bind
No,
at the
I'm
end
just,
of the street.
like I said, I'm just concerned because we have the nail salon coming, and we already know we're going to experience much more traffic from that nail salon coming through that turnaround.
We love our neighborhood. I've been there for, God, I grew up in that neighborhood. And,
I just don't
you
want
know,
property
it's,
value.
and I love our neighbors, but we don't want this to create a rift between anybody. But we're just concerned. I even talked to Jason. I says, I don't want this to bring bad blood between us. I said, because, you know, we're just concerned. We're going to be here and voice some of our issues that we're concerned
Like I
with.
said, we're selling next year, definitely.
Hopefully.
Well, first of all, there's no guarantee that the property value is going to go down.
Right.
We don't know that. Nobody
Well,
knows
I'm just
that
saying the
till the day
noise
you try to
level
do
and
it.
just even having people coming in to view the house and the
Yeah.
property to see all that traffic. I mean, I personally would see
It's
that
an
as
issue.
an issue.
Okay,
Well, it's
secondly,
also on the record. Oh, go ahead.
It's temporary though, too, she mentioned. So.
yeah, it's only, it's not cars parking there. They're going to drop off and leave.
Okay.
Well,
It's a very
I
big
know
difference.
daycare, just dropping her off, there's unbuckling, getting them in,
Mhm.
getting them situated, coming out, that's at least 15, 20
But
minutes.
it's now going to be done in their driveway.
Um,
That's what she
Do you
just
have-
said. They're changing their drop-off.
She just mentioned that
Okay.
right in front of us, so.
Okay.
But their cars are going to be parked on the side street because their driveway only accommodates one car.
Well, see, that's where you have a problem with the municipality, not us.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if they can't park on the street, neither can you, neither can the lady across the street.
No, I'm not,
It's, you know, it's either everybody does or you got to get along with the parking situation.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
In
Okay.
addition, she did say that, and she's on record as saying that this is a temporary situation in this residence, that when she gets to a certain capacity, she is intending to relocate to another facility.
There are 11 children. 11 children on top of 4 of her own.
Well, that's the max that she's permitted under the state, as I understand. Whether she gets there or not is also a matter of, we'll see.
Okay.
All right, that's,
Okay.
we just wanted
Thank
it to
you.
be said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Anybody else in the audience? Seeing no one, I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the applicant's request.
Okay,
I
motion
second that.
Moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Paul, please, under new business.
New business, first item, 20-10-A, Graphics 22 Signs Incorporated. Applicant requests a variance from section 307.12E of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to install a double-sided electronic sign that will exceed the total maximum allowable square footage of an electronic sign by 52.4 square feet. That includes both sides. The property is located at 1600 Golden Mile Highway, tax parcel 1244A368 in the C2 Business Commercial Zoning District.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? Come forward, please. Would you sign in, please, and state your name for the secretary?
Jeffrey Panion,
Panion?
P-A-N-I-A-N.
You can set your paperwork down. Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear the testimony you're about to give this board this evening shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
State your case.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably already have
Like
it.
a subpoena, looks like a subpoena.
That's okay.
Thank you.
You can lay one flat on the center of the table and the camera above you will pick it up and put it on the monitor.
Okay.
Right where your white sheet is, there's a mark on the table.
So, I'm representing, Bowser Chevrolet, and, the existing sign is the same square footage as the new proposed sign. Our goal is to upgrade the existing sign by moving the upper sign faces, replacing it with new, routed out aluminum faces, and also replacing the fluorescent bulbs with low energy LED lighting. The lower panel would be removed. It's existing now, it's just blank. And we're proposing to put a 16 millimeter RGB message center in that spot. The message center is full color, UL listed, low energy, and a good way to advertise. Since the building sits back a good distance from Golden Mile Highway, the visibility of the building fades fairly quick when you're on 286. I think the speed limit's 45, people go 60. This creates a hardship for the advertising and announcements for Bowser's Collision Center. And we believe with the LED message center, which is, like I said, the same size as the lower panel that's existing, we'll be able to inform the public when inspections are due, advertise their services, vehicles that are on sale, and provide announcements for the local area. So if you could please consider, this request to install the LED sign, I would appreciate it.
This one with the star, the red star on it. That sign right there is the one being removed?
That sign is existing, just the panels will be removed. So we're still using the same structure.
Oh, okay, I got you. Board have any questions?
The refresh rate on the LED sign. Municipality has some regulations, I guess, as far as restricting how quickly signs can change
I read
and
that, yes.
whether you can have videos and
No
pulsing lights,
animation, no
animation.
scrolling, no noise.
Right, right.
Are you
And
aware of all those?
I'm aware of it,
Okay.
yes.
This is the Bowser site?
Yes, it is, sir.
So the new advertising below it, it's gonna be the same size as the advertising above it? Or
It's close.
close?
It's a little bit less than the original sign
Okay.
facing the top.
Any further from the board? Paul, you have anything?
Excuse me?
Do you have anything else on this sign?
No, that was it.
Anything else? Okay, we'll entertain a motion.
Is there anybody in the audience here?
Oh, I'm sorry, is there anybody in the audience?
If there's anything to say for or against?
No, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion to approve and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed. Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you, sir. Paul?
Item 2, 20-11-A, Joseph and Melissa Hizzy. Applicant requests a variance from section 207-3A, minimum side and rear yard requirements for accessory structures of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to construct a shed that will encroach into the required 10-foot side and rear yards. The property is located at 601 Bellwood Avenue, tax parcel 543L103 in the R2 Single Family Residential Zoning District.
Okay, thank you. Are you the applicant?
Yes, I'm Joseph
Could you
Izzy.
state your name to the secretary?
I'm Joseph Izzy.
Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear the testimony you're about to give this board on this matter shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
State your case.
With the application, I've brought along today with me also signatures from my neighbors approving the location of the shed that I have opted to place on my property, which would be in the very back corner. And so this is just a variance to go close to the property line. And
Picture on the monitor accurate?
yes,
Is that a deck, Mr. Hizzy?
well, that's a foundation I put up, like to sit on for the shed to sit on.
So in anticipation of the approval, you put the foundation down?
Absolutely. Show you where it's going to go.
Okay, Mr. Hizzy, we have some issues
Yes, sir.
with the property itself in the backyard.
Okay.
There seems to be a whole lot of things going on
Yes.
in that backyard that are,
Looks a little bit like Kennywood.
yeah,
Exactly.
being polite. Some of the neighbors are dissatisfied, and so are we, by the way, some of it looks. Should this, I don't know how to word this, should it be approved by us? One of the things,
Let me try to help.
yeah, go ahead, please, Bruce.
The board's, as he said, he's disappointed in the way it's been kept in the past. I understand now that you will continue to build the shed on top of the foundation that's there now.
Yes.
We want to know that you will agree, if we grant this variance, that within 90 days from the date that you have completed the shed, you will take steps to clean up the property and put whatever it is that's just laying around there, either in the shed or dispose of it.
Understood. What
Are
what
you okay with that?
specifically are you referring to?
Well, I think the pictures speak for themselves. You can talk with Paul, but I would suggest to you that there's a lot of junk, it looks like, stuff laying around. That picture really there's cones, there's equipment that looks like it doesn't get used,
Old fencing blocks.
yeah, old fencing, block. You know, do you agree that that doesn't look real clean, nice and neat?
The house, the yard is in complete flux.
Okay, what we're
I'm
asking,
I'm potentially, I'm continuing to improve the house as much as I can. I'm one person. So I try to do as much as I can, and this is the state it's in right now. It's not unsafe in any way, shape, or form, and this is the first time I'm hearing about any dissatisfaction from neighbors.
Well, okay, that doesn't make a difference. The fact remains is there are people that are upset. You know, you got ladders out here, there's a
Is that a
looks like
fire
some
ring?
Yeah.
fencing that's laying over here. All I'm saying is, we want to know that within 90 days of you finishing the shed, I would assume you're going to put that stuff in the shed,
Oh, yes, yes.
that you will do that.
Yes, I can
Okay.
agree to that, yes.
So make a note, Paul, that that's been done. Now, we don't enforce that.
Okay.
The township, the municipality does. But we want it noted that you've agreed to that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Anything further from anybody? You have anything else you'd like to state? Okay. I'll ask for a motion on this, inclusive with the 90-day cleanup.
I'll make that motion to that effect. To approve.
Okay. Motion to approve, may I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, motion's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, Paul.
Item 3, 20-12-A, number 1 Cochran / Excel Sign Group. Applicant requests a variance from section 307.12C of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to install a sign that will exceed the total maximum allowable number of signs and square footage of signage on one property. The property is located at 4520 William Penn Highway, tax parcel 977J380A in the C2 Business Commercial Zoning District.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant present? Nobody here for Cochran?
Guess not.
Call the dealership? No.
Okay, so, Paul, when's the last time you talked to anybody from Cochran?
I don't know that I actually spoke with anybody. A lot of it was emails and just, the application that they sent in.
Okay, well, I mean, they're fairly reputable, but, we've had a policy, if they don't show up, you deny it, and then they have to reapply. If that's what you want to do, you could do that, or you could continue the case tonight to the next meeting, and Paul can certainly talk to them, and then they don't pay the $500 or whatever it is, or $100. So you have two choices. One, either to deny it outright because the applicant didn't appear, or two, give them a 30-day continuance till the next meeting, wherein if they don't show up again, you definitely are going to deny the application. So those are your two choices.
Okay, we basically had the same situation last month, and the gentleman's here tonight, and we did a continuance on him to save the applicant another extra fee for doing the same thing. So I'd ask that the board consider an extension till next month, regardless of who it is, whether it's a car dealer or a homeowner. We've established a precedent already by doing that. We have that opportunity to do that.
Just make a motion to approve that.
A motion
Table. I approve.
to table. All right.
I'll
All those in
second the
favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off there.
Okay, then, Paul, you'll follow up for us to see to it what happened here?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Paul.
Tell them everybody wants a red Chevrolet.
Oh, Cadillac. 'Cause the
Yeah, I want
Cadillac's up.
Cadillac
Or the
instead.
continuance.
Okay. Paul?
Number 4, 20-13-A, J.A. Rudder Company. Applicant requests a variance from section 307.12E of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to install a double-sided electronic sign that will exceed the total maximum allowable square footage of an electronic sign by 60 square feet, including both sides. The property is a vacant parcel located along Route 22, tax parcel 1244F284, adjacent to Rutter's existing business in the C2 Business Commercial Zoning District.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant present? Would you come forward, please? Would you sign in? Would you come over to this microphone, please? I guess they're both on. It looks like they are. Just sign in, please, and state your name for the secretary.
Jamie Matkazich.
Okay, would you raise your right hand, please? You swear the testimony you're about to give before this board this evening is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may state your case. Are you going to testify also, sir?
I'm her support, technical support for
I mean, if
this.
you're going to say anything, we'll just swear you in too,
Okay,
while we're flowing.
Tommy
Tell the
Green.
secretary.
Tommy Green.
yes.
And would you raise your right hand when you're finished, please?
Okay.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give this board concerning this matter is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You may begin.
Hi there.
Stand right in front of the microphone. Thank you.
Currently, we have an existing sign that is nearly 20 years old. The top portion is a static fixed portion with fluorescent lighting, and the bottom portion is a double-sided electronic message system. The top portion is really almost no longer functioning properly. I would have to replace all the fluorescent bulbs, which are extremely energy inefficient, and I do not feel that that's a sound investment to do so. The bottom portion, I've already invested over $5,000 in fixing it. It's garbage, it looks terrible, the quality is not good. So I would like to bite the bullet, get a replacement that's long overdue, and the replacement would be 72 inches tall, just like the top static portion, and 108 inches wide, which is actually a little narrower than the existing static portion. It would be all LED, and Tommy can elaborate on that if you have any questions about that. So it's going to be much more energy efficient, and it's going to allow us to do a much nicer, crisper message, clean, neat. We do a lot of community messages, you know, promoting the Murraysville Farmer Market, Monroeville. You see the examples. And frankly, that kind of dominates what we do on that sign. What I probably will do, I would say at least 90% of the time, the top third will be static with just our name, our phone number, and our new logo. And then the bottom portion would have the changing message part, which is something that we can do with the software programming.
And the sign itself is physically moving on the property.
Yes, so there's two parcels down there. The parcel closest to the U-Haul Center, we did not own at the time that that sign was purchased. We were in the process of getting that property, and the existing owner at that point backed out. We'd already invested in the sign, so it is where it is, and it's in a really poor place. When you're traveling east to west, you really can't see it until you're on top of it. So we'd like to move it up closer to the U-Haul Center, and it's going to be step one of an overall overhaul of that particular property, just to get it cleaned up, mulched, landscaped, things like that.
And the sign itself, if I'm looking at it, it's sort of angled, or it has
Yeah.
the two faces will,
I'm sorry, right here.
I think so.
Yes, it'll have a 20-degree angle. So it can match the traffic as the traffic is flowing for both ways and give the drivers the greatest opportunity to see it. 10-millimeter pixel, it'll be high definition, easy to see, easy to read. And we understand all the ordinances around how long a message can show and how quick you can change.
Stole my thunder.
So all of that is programmable and we can take care of all that.
Good.
Is U-Haul aware of the sign going up next there?
Yes, yes.
And they have no problems with that?
They did not at the time that we spoke.
Okay.
Okay, is that all you have? Present?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just be seated for a minute, please.
Absolutely.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to come forward, please? You sign in, please.
Sure can.
State your name to the secretary.
Hugh Cook Jr.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, state your case.
Yes, as far as I'm speaking on behalf of my mother at 4941 Old William Penn Highway, which is just down the street from the projected placement of the sign. And I had a few questions here as far as the sign stuff. I was looking in the ordinances under 1443, the section code 30712E, which I could not find with what was posted on the website as far as in the ordinances. The best I could come up with was C, which was the signage size of 225 square foot. And they're requesting as far as over that by 60 square feet. And to me, doing my math, that works out to about a 15 by 19 sign, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's 6 by 9.
That's 6 by 9.
6 by 9.
Okay, and as far as, that's going to be approximately, to the ordinance is 24 feet maximum height?
Yeah.
Okay. The only, as far as, and this is all just going to be company logos, as far as, you're not going to be a for sale advertisement.
No, that would never enter my
Okay. And as far as, would there be any directing of traffic to go into your business? off of
They
this?
need to come to the microphone.
We need for you to give your reason for being here tonight. It's
As
not
far,
question-
I just
it's
have
not
some
question and answer. Oh, I'm sorry.
concerns about, as far as the placement of the sign to Old Route 22 and my mother's residence. Okay? Because as far as I have a, how close is the ordinance that you're allowed one of these revolving signs, electronic signs, to residents?
Can your
It
mo-
appears that the sign will be further away from where it's currently existing. From your
Yes,
residence.
yes, but as far as with the sign being further away, it also comes up in elevation, okay? So it kind of gives a line of sight to reflection when the leaves come off the trees to my mother's house.
Can your mother see this, where the sign's potentially going to be? Can she see it?
When the
From her
leaves are
house?
off the trees, yes. Yes, as far as you look out the living room window, you can see it.
When leaves?
See it now.
Very obscurely, but as far as I said, when the leaves are off the trees, the sign is
So
visible.
you can see it now, when the trees, when the leaves are off the trees.
Yes, you can see the sign now when the
How
leaves
long
are
has
off the
that sign
trees.
been up?
Pardon me?
How long has that sign been up?
20 years.
Okay, so she's been impacted that way for 20 years.
Well, as far as, I'm worried about with moving the sign up,
Okay,
The
what about my
property-
question? Is she had the impact of seeing the sign out her window for 20 years?
yes.
Okay.
But there's also some other issues with moving the sign up, as far as coming up the grade onto Old Route 22. It's pretty much going to be at like
Can you
eye
center
level.
You got to
You wanna
center
slide
it
it
on
over?
top of the,
Just look at
Okay.
the
Look
screen
at the
there.
monitor.
can you turn it around?
Rotate it.
Rotate it?
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, the sign is going to be here at a 24-foot elevation, or whichever, and coming down the road, it's basically going to be at eye level. And as far as we were worried about a blinding concern at night when you're traveling that road. And
When you're traveling Old 22?
Old 22, which is, it'll be behind the sign. And As far as we were worried about another concern, as far as coming down Old 22 right here, as you can see, there's usually vehicles from the U-Haul parked right here, and there's an access point right there as far as blinding you in traffic coming up the road, as far as if you have this bright neon sign and then cars coming up the cutoff, as far as potential not being able to see their headlights or whatever with the sign going off.
You're talking about traffic coming up 22, and you're coming out to 22 to get on, left or right?
No, as far as when you're traveling Old 22, as far as east or west, usually going from west to east, that sometimes vehicles use this cutoff from 22, new 22 to Old 22.
The road you're describing is Old William Penn Highway, Old
Yes.
22. That's where your mother lives, right?
Correct.
Is that a dead-end street?
Yes, yes it is.
And it's been a dead-end street for, when I worked, so it's been 40 years that thing's been a
Well,
dead-end street.
as far as when it's been a dead-end street since they cut the new highway in the early 50s or whatever that was.
But where they're putting a new sign, it's going to be closer to 222, not Old 22,
Correct.
from the paperwork we have.
Plus, it's going to be angled
It's angled, so it's not even going to be
towards
close.
22 as opposed to you're getting it directly coming down Old 22 from your mom's house.
Right, but like I said, we were just worried, with the elevation change and everything, that, when you're coming down the street, as far as, the new neon sign or
It's not neon.
electronic sign, being so much brighter and everything, just having a glare effect and whatnot, and just, being eye level and whatnot to concerning and how far the light would travel and all that stuff, that, like I said, since it's coming up the road, up the elevation, that it exposes it more to Old 22 as far as reflection and a possible glare and whatnot when you're traveling along Old 22.
Well, as he said, that sign's going to be designed to be going out onto the highway, not up onto Old
Well,
22.
like I said, I did not realize that at this point. I thought it was just going to be a square sign, and like I said, as far as the square footage and everything, when they were applying for the variance, that I looked up as far as your maximum of 225 square feet, that was worked out to about a 15 by 15 sign, and when they wanted to add 60 square feet to that, like I said, I was doing a little bit of math, and I come up with 15 by 19. So, I'm only doing with the facts that I could come up with out of your ordinances as far as the signage size, and I was thinking like there was going to be a 15 by 20 sign there broadcast in a quarter mile each way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We
was,
understand your concern.
and like I said, as far as just coming down Old 22, being like right at eye level, at night it's a dark road, dismal, and whatever, that flash or whatever, being opposing traffic and whatnot, that I felt it was a little bit of a safety concern.
Is there anything else new that you wanted to tell us? Anything else?
No, that's,
Okay.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to, you don't need to, but is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just want to reassure him that the glare will be controlled by.
You have to
Come on up to the mic.
Yeah, I just want to reassure him that the glare will be controlled. Every evening at a certain time, the sign will automatically dim to match the ambient light outside. So it won't be one of those signs that flashes in your face. It'll be easy to look at in the day and at night.
Okay, thank you very much. Board members have anything else? Any more questions?
Nope. I'm good.
Paul, anything else?
That was
Ruth?
it.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I second.
Motion to approve and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Paul, please.
The last item tonight, number 5, 20-14-A, Sheldon Oliver. Applicant requests a variance from section 210 fences of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to construct a 6-foot tall solid fence in the front yards of the property that faces Saunders Station Road, York Lane, and Bel Air Drive. The property address is 100 Bel Air Drive, tax parcel 1109E008 in the S Conservancy zoning district.
Okay, thank you. You can tell by the way you rushed us forward, you must be the applicant.
Yes, I'm here. I
Would you
apologize.
give the secretary your name, please?
Sheldon Oliver. Sheldon Oliver.
Raise your right hand, please.
Yes,
You swear
sir.
the testimony you're about to give this board concerning this matter shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Present your
I
case.
enjoyed myself this evening. This was kind of great. I like that. I apologize that I didn't follow policies and procedures. I guess before I was running this, I was emailing back and forth for the permits and everything. I run 4 businesses, so I know about policies and procedures. As far as my wife was on with the whip, we had the fence already lined up to get installed. The guy was it got installed up. That's why I got put in. But as far as when you turn off Saunders Station onto York, I have 3 panels right here. So when you turn off Saunders Station onto York is where our swimming pool is going to be. And that's considered to me, I didn't even realize, but that was considered to us as the side of the house. That's what we always call it to the kids, like on the side of the house. And that's where the swimming pool is, on the side of the house. And that's where they usually play, on the side over there. So we put the fence up right there because that Saunders Station is a busy road. And we were just doing it for protection.
You can point right at the picture on there.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
not
Let me
being
see if I
on it.
understand.
That's
that.
not the picture.
That's not the picture,
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
the
I thought it was laying-
Yeah, I'm looking at the 3 gates right here.
Okay.
So when you come down Saunders Station, you'll make a right. My fence comes all the way up Saunders Station. It's 100 feet up Saunders Station. And then it's 3 panels, 6 feet, that's 18 feet, plus a diagonal one, which will make it 24 on an angle onto York on the side of my home. And we stop right there before you get to, which I would think was the front of my home. I didn't know that would be, they say since it's a corner home, that would be considered.
You have 3 front homes, 3 front
Yeah,
yards.
3 front side.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I
We're
don't
going to
know
use
that.
it as test case here.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So I never knew that.
You myself want to know, that's one of the reasons why you have justification for a variance.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
means you win.
Oh, okay, good. What's up, man?
Not yet, we have to vote yet after we're
don't
done.
take jaws of defeat out of the mouths of victory. So maybe you don't want to say anything else.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Anybody in the audience? Any board members have anything to ask?
No.
Paul, anything, any letters, no nothing?
Nothing.
I just had a question. Your fence company, we get this often when people erect something and then come after the fact and say, hey, can I get a variance because I did this? But we wish that fence companies would take into account that, they need to consider whether the homeowner needs to get a variance before they erect the fence.
Right.
But
right,
we understand your case, your special case.
Thank you. So I won?
Not yet.
Oh, I was about to say.
Check eye.
He told
All
me.
right, all testimony being done, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. Approved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Good luck.
Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you.
you.
I
How's your
appreciate
truck?
everything.
But you need
fix
3
your
front
truck?
porches up.
Your truck fixed?
Oh, yeah, I got my truck. Man, I have a truck right down here on Monroe. Right here, I got an office right by Gateway, right here on James Place. So we have group homes for mentally challenged. I have a dump truck, I have an inspection station up here. I have an entertainer come out. So my feet are in everything.
Good
I
luck.
appreciate you guys.
Good luck.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay, seeing the audience is empty, I'll entertain one more motion.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Adjourn, moved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.